This presentation will address the Stage 3 mathematical concept of chance. Chance, commonly referred to as probability, is the assigned value given to the likelihood of a particular outcome occurring in a random situation. It is calculated by forming a part-whole fraction, the numerator being the number of times an outcome can occur, and the denominator being the total number of possible outcomes. For example, the probability of a fair dice landing on 6 is 1/6, or 1/6, as this outcome is one of 6 possible outcomes. Numerous terms are used to describe probability, including impossible, certain, and equally likely. The ability to compare and order said terms is fundamental within this concept. Understanding that impossible events have a probability of 0, certain events have a probability of 1, and all other probabilities lie between 0 and 1 assists students to comprehend more complex components of this concept, alongside the components of associated concepts, including multiplicative and proportional thinking.
One major misconception arises from using the number line to rank possibilities. As impossible can be placed at 0 on the number line and certain can be placed at 1, it is believed that other terms such as likely, possible, and equal likelihood can be placed as well. However, any number higher than 0 can be labelled as possible, and it would be suspected that equal likelihood would be placed at half. However, if you have 5 marbles in a bag, each a different colour, each has an equal chance of being drawn and would be represented as a fifth, not a half. This can create misconceptions and should be avoided, instead choosing to use a negotiated ranking system, ordering from high to low probability. As proportional reasoning is difficult for students across the ages, when students have to decide the likeliness of situations which aren't everyday personal events, students can find major difficulties. For example, if there are 5 blue and 2 red marbles in a bag, students could say that blue has a higher chance of being pulled out of the bag because there are more of them, whereas a student with proportional reasoning would say that blue has a higher chance of being pulled out because of the 7 marbles, 5 are blue. This is a foundational concept for high school required for comparing the chances of 2 separate bags of marbles, one with proportionately more blue marbles and one with more blue marbles in the bag. In order to aid this proportional reasoning, students must be aided in seeing the connection between chance and fractions, noticing the part-whole relationship, for example, 5 out of 7 marbles. One last misconception arises from student confusion with the difference between rare and impossible and what events are certain. Students tend to base their ideas of possibility according to their own experience, where if an event is rare, according to my experience, it will not occur. Students may say, it is impossible because one cannot be sure, or it is impossible because the probability is very small. Therefore, in the classroom, teachers must not assume that students will understand the meaning of impossible, certain, and possible by themselves. Structured situations must be provided for students to discuss what makes an event certain or impossible, breaking misconceptions down before proceeding to less day-to-day examples.